Have you ever canoed down a babbling brook?
No, but I have cried at a Taco Bell.
Oh, same thing. Listen up, campers.
It's time to buckle up, pitch a tent, and take a hike.
Because Camp Counselors is a variety show.
So prepare for a good old-fashioned kumbaya,
Weird news,
hot gossip,
and scary stories around the campfire.
so spooky.
Is this podcast even about camping?
No, but it is camp. This is Camp Counselors. Hey,
Yeah.
freaky campers.
Oh, wow.
I just wanted to do something different because I think people know what we're going to do, and I don't like that. Welcome back to Camp Shady Birch.
It is week 133 here at camp, and we're keeping you on your toes. I think a lot of people like routines, including myself, so that really just threw me off. But in a good way, Zach is feeling extra freaky. I'm definitely feeling spooky, but you're like on another level of freakery.
Googling this morning in bed, autoimmune disease.
God.
No, you laugh, but I am so run down right now. And it would be different if I was in the throes of some insane tour schedule or I was doing shit back to back. I shouldn't feel this tired. You know what I think it is, campers?
You better not say Hashimoto's.
I think I'm a body in rest stays in rest. And I think my body is shutting down because I'm refusing to move it. It is so gorgeous. It's been like a prime 75 every single day. Yes, I'm going on my walks, but I'm eating like garbagia. And I think it's catching up to me. And then and I'm also I am a little hungover because we went out last night. I had 3 drinks.
Yeah, you shifted into the zero proof.
I ordered a mocktail because so I was kind of anti mocktail. I'm not anti mocktail. I like the idea of mocktail. Sometimes I think that the mocktail industry is a little insane. I think if you create mocktails, right? And you want to have a drink in your hand that feels like you're a part of like the going out experience or something, whatever. I like that. I think when brands sell fake alcohol for the same price as real alcohol, that to me is a problem. Because a bottle of orange juice is $4, but you're making some sort of orange sparkling non-alcoholic
An
wine.
elixir, baby, because an elixir.
Baby, that's Orangina. That's not, why is it $30? I think that's crookery.
They're like, well, you're here for the experience. You're paying for the experience. But I do agree. I remember one of the first brands that came out with it was, I think, Ken. Or at least that I was aware of.
Ken was big. I think there was before that, but Ken really had a splash.
I spent so much money right before COVID happened for 4 cans. 4. I don't even remember how I heard of them. I think I saw it in an article somewhere and I was like,
yeah,
this can's incredible. So I bought 4 for like, I'm going to say upwards of $80. And I know that's not real, but it was expensive. It wasn't $80.
I think that one has mushrooms in it.
Maybe they do
There's
now.
There's relaxing properties in it. You bought drugs.
No,
you bought drugs. No, you're on a public forum. You drug addict.
This was 2019 or maybe early 2020. And
so you bought drugs during COVID?
Before COVID.
I did.
I can't.
Stop it.
But after I spent all that money, they exploded in the back of my fridge.
And they exploded your colon. Wait, what?
Yeah. They were too cold. You know when you put things in the back of the fridge and they get like a little frozen?
Not to take a hike too soon in the show, but I think we're here for a minute. Cleaning a refrigerator, top 5 worst experiences of my life. Like something about it being chilled and like calcifying or gellifying. Like,
why is there so much calcium?
And it's like, where am I putting it? Oh wait, having to take out those disgusting vegetable crisper draws and having to go for it.
Let's talk about the crisper drawers.
Nobody's talking about the crispers.
So is anybody using the crisper drawers in a fridge? And if you say yes in the comments, you better have the facts to back it up.
Well, they're not leaving them open.
Show me the Carfax. Yeah, they're like, if you want it crisper, you close it, right?
I don't know what you're talking about. That's where you keep your vegetables.
No, I know, but they have the little slider things and it's like, it has that. Do you know? You don't know what I'm talking about? Wait, it's ventilation. It has to do with ventilation. Let me finish.
Okay, sorry.
That's because I think it's like when you put peaches in a bag, that's supposed to make them more ripe, more fast.
You're talking witchcraft now, and I don't like that.
But that's what I'm just
You're
wondering.
Talking about drugs and witchcraft on this show. I don't know who you are right now.
The Wicked Witch of the East.
Refrigerators they're getting too crazy, as you guys know, because I think we do have that refrigerator monthly meeting here at camp. For our they're called Fridge Fanatics.
Fridge Fanatics, you fucking refrigadorks.
Cabin 23 are the Fridge Fanatics of the camp.
They like it chilled.
They do. And they like it crisp. No, but fridge culture is getting crazy. There's just all these like gizmos and gadgets aplenty, and I don't know what everyone's doing with these drawers. Like, there's like a charcuterie. We were looking at refrigerators in Best Buy, or no, we were at Lowe's like a month ago, and I swear one was designed. It was so narrow and it rolled out. I said, "What am I putting in here? Prosciutto?"
Maybe for a host. Maybe if I'm fucking Kenzie Elizabeth. Okay, but I'm not.
If you bring her up for that's the third week in a row. Like, you're being weird now.
Maybe I'm on her payroll. There's a blind item.
Jonathan and I actually saw, we have so much to say about refrigerator. This is refrigerator talk. This is so Cabin 23 core.
Fridge talk.
Fridge talk. Fridge fanatics. We saw a picture of a retro fridge. And what did you say?
Well, we saw it at the Museum of Greater Science and Lesser History.
At the Smithsonian. We saw it at the Smithsonian. We're right. That's exactly where we saw it.
And I said...
Not me confusing a museum...
with a picture.
With a meme. Brain rot.
But I said, you know what? They don't make them like this anymore. And they don't. The original ice box, if you will. Well, it was a step out. It was a refrigerator because the ice box was chilled with ice. But the refrigerator had the little mechanism that sucked the heat out. It didn't push cold in. It actually sucked the heat out.
Interesting.
And it's like a Lazy Susan that swivels out and it's metal. Now, that kind of concerns me because I think anything made of metal back then had like plutonium or something.
Yeah, but besides the metal component, the idea of something swiveling out to get to the back of your refrigerator, I think was genius. And there's something to say about the craftsmanship back then. Things were built correctly. You know what I mean? They lasted
except for laws.
Well, I'm talking about mechanics.
No, I know.
Here, okay? Don't put egg on my face.
The smeg, I am curious what the inside of a smeg looks like. I have not seen what
You don't even know how to make coffee. If campers are up to date, they know about that already.
That's that on that.
So the reason why I'm combative and I'm thrashing right now, no, I'm internally thrashing, and I think I have an autoimmune disease. I'm just hungover. We last night had the most, oh my God, you know those nights where you go, that was the night. That was so fabulous. That was last night. What did we do last night, Jonathan?
Last night we went to the book launch for Mamrie Hart, friend of the pod, and also one of the counselors here at Camp Shady Birch. You guys actually loved her, brought her in with open arms and warm wishes.
Some of you literally take knives out and you come to our cabin in the middle of the night and you put a knife to my jugular and you say, you put another guest on this fucking show, I'll never show up again. That's what some of you guys do. No, like a lot of you are so fine with the guest episodes. Some of you literally were like, haha, that was cute. Don't ever have another person on the show. No, I get the DMs. I see your DMs. Some of you are wicked. I don't care because I love you anyways regardless. It's a compliment. I get it. But like, you guys know we're playing the game. We're rolling the dice. And
well,
we're
yeah, but
on
we
a
also
network.
like, we do love like the guests that we have on
we
in
pick,
person.
we love, but like there is no podcast here under this network contract without the occasional guest. Like
Right.
I can't keep saying no to those emails because they will put me in timeout and they'll spank me. Podcast One has the Podcast One paddle.
Stop, they're
and
literally listening right
they
now.
They know I'm joking. They have Jackie Schimmel on their show. You think they're going to be pissed about this? Seriously though, they're not going to care. I talk about the podcast paddle, and they spanked me last time I saw them. Allegedly, I'm just joking. But anyways,
I can't. So we were at the launch for her cookbook,
and we
which
love her.
We did talk about, and we love her. We adore her. That cookbook is All I Think About Is Food, a vegetarian cookbook that'll keep the party going. And Mamrie is, hey, she cooks a lot. She's a good cook. She makes good drink too.
Something really interesting that's different about her cookbook. First of all, aesthetically pleasing. My God, the photography is insane. It's got like a foil like a paper on the edges, so it's like shiny and pink.
That is very popular right now. They're releasing like, maybe it's just the side of Book Talk that I'm on, but re-releasing classic books or re-releasing popular books with like a special edition with stuff printed on the side is very, very
I say why not? I think books they're beautiful to display, and I think it's just literary information. Like I think I thought for a minute that we were going to step away from books, but people are reading in grand numbers. I love to hear it.
Yeah.
But what I was going to say that I think is really special about her book from a content standpoint is that she also, in her book, when she teaches you how to make a recipe, there are ideas and sub recipes for what to do with the leftovers from the dinner.
You could do it the next day when you're hungover. She's like, here, we're going to keep it low stakes. She's a genius. She really is. Also, this is not a paid promotion. Like, genuinely love this book. Love this woman.
She did this thing with sauteed onions. And the next day, she was like, with that extra sauteed onion that you worked so hard on for dinner, you're going to put that into this like specialty grilled cheese. And I was like, my God. Because like, for me, campers, I don't always want to eat what I made last night. Because that was that. I don't know that person anymore. I'm different now.
You itched that itch. You tickled that tickle.
I tickled that tick. And now he's got blood in him.
And he's going straight to PapaJohns.com.
God, ticks are so scary. Campers, everybody,
do
X out of this
TikTok.
podcast. Don't even finish it. I don't want you to. I want you to do a full body, full cavity check of yourself.
They're like,
and make sure
I haven't been in the
ticks.
grass.
You don't know the last time you're in the grass. That's the thing about grass. You never know when you're in it.
Sneaks up on you.
High grass? I don't want to talk about it. I actually do not want to talk about it.
grass.
The party was so fun. That's why I'm feeling freaky. We got there at 7. Okay. Actually, we didn't get there. No, we need to talk about it.
So the party starts at 7, right? So obviously, I don't want to be super late, but we cannot be early. Zach and I are chronically early or the first people to everything. So we make our way to Manhattan, to the West Village, and we're like, okay, we're going to show up. We're not going to be the first people. We trekked all the way from Brooklyn, you know? It took us a minute to get there.
We got there like 15 minutes early, so we found a bar. It took us forever to find because it was so busy. Everyone's out to eat. Love it. Love to see it.
It was beautiful out.
Celebrate and support local business, but I want to drink. So we found this spot. It was 150 degrees in there, whatever.
I digress. So hot. What was up with that?
I drank an Aperol Spritz in 38 seconds. You know me. I'm thirsty. And then I look at my phone and I'm like, oh my God. Okay, it's 7:04. We're 4 minutes late. This is amazing.
Perfect. I'm like, it's a dinner, so it's not just like a party. Like we're all going. It's like an intimate dinner with friends, right? So we meander our way to what is it? The Little Biscuit.
Mozzarella.
Yes, very much that. And we walk in, and I'm like, "Hi, here for Me and We Hearts party." And she goes, "Okay, perfect." She walks us up to the top of the stairs. She turns around. She's like, "You guys are actually the first people here." Like a twist of the knife in my stomach. I'm like,
it's
well,
so
great.
Mamrie wasn't even there yet.
Mamrie was it. Also, she sent out a blast text and she's like, can't wait to see you guys. Can't wait for you guys to get here. I'm like, where's here? Because it's not here.
We were the first to arrive. Also, so, okay, let me say this first. We got a drink. I got a Moscow Mule. Amazing. I did, I don't know if I should talk about it here or if it makes sense for later, but I kind of want to say it now.
Okay.
I made a major faux pas for a party that I was a little embarrassed about that I didn't realize I was doing. There was a curated cocktail list based on drinks that are in her book.
Correct.
And I kept ordering a mule that wasn't on the list. Do you think that's rude? I didn't even think about it.
No, because you also switched it up to something that was on the cocktail list.
Because I wanted to get a drink on the list. I felt bad.
Now, when we got there so fucking early that they were still moving the cocktail lists around. They were on the table. Yet. It wasn't at the bar. So that's not your fault. You ordered what you knew. And then the next drink we went up. And then I made a faux pas. I was mixing everything. And I know better. But I was like, I'm going to try this. I'm going to do that. I'm just tasting. I'm testing the palate. I'm testing the water.
So much last night.
I drank so. Where did it all go?
I had one drink, you had 3.
Okay, and that's the other thing.
For every one drink, you had
because
you had
the first
drinks.
The next guest walks in, who is Dawn from RuPaul's Drag Race.
RuPaul's Drag Race,
absolutely lovely human, and I'm a fast drinker. You know,
you are a gulper,
and we're chatting it up with Dawn. I'm like looking down at my glass. We had already had drinks before we arrived at this party, and I'm like, oh shit, I've had 3 drinks, and Mamrie's not even here yet. There's 3 people in the room and I'm like, I'm borderline. I'm more than buzzed. I need to calm my jets. Do I? Never that. And then I feel like the responsibility for some reason, which is absolutely not true. But when the next people walk in, I'm like, well, we were first here. Like, we should introduce these people that we've never met before. I'm like, hi, I'm Jonathan. This is Dawn. I'm like, I literally never met these people in my life, but I'm like, I'm hosting the party. Like, what am I doing?
That's a good quality of you, though.
Oh, thank you. I'm just channeling my inner Kenzie Elizabeth.
No, it's getting weird now. It is. I'm gonna text her on the side after the show and say, "Are you extorting my man for something?" Because the free promo for Kenzie is getting crazy.
Oh my God, not the full government name.
Oh no! I'm in the wrong for bringing her up. Don't flip the script on me.
We have to keep that at bay.
So it was a long table, you guys, and I get really paranoid when it comes to open seating.
That's what I was going to say. Next important thing, seating. It wasn't a like a chart. It wasn't a seat chart.
Mamrie is so sweet that she believes that everybody will get along, which we did. But as a guest, I need to know where I'm sat if I don't know everybody, because now everyone's mingling and I'm watching people put bags down, and then I'm in a conversation and I'm so stressed because we haven't put anywhere down, and I need to be next to people that I do know because it is going to be a long dinner and it's hard to small talk for that long, and you want to get to know people, but I just need to know where I'm going. I need to know where I'm going to land.
Right. And I think it's super important to figure out your position at the table. And this is the time to put yourself first. Okay, campers, we're on an airplane right now, and you are going to put your oxygen mask on before helping others. You are going to find your seat that you prefer, and you're going to step into your own. Let them.
So I saw Chris Clemens and I was like, Chris, where are we sitting? Like, we need to sit together. So we snagged Chris, and we actually had a really, really good corner. I think the whole table was amazing, to be honest. But I'm speaking for myself here. I just think that, like, I loved everyone around us.
Yeah, everybody was so great. We ended up lucking
I'm not saying that the other side wasn't great. I'm just saying
I didn't
say
that. Why are you getting nervous? Now I'm starting to think that you were saying that. Nobody look at reference pictures, please. Anyway, we had a nice little corner, but it was hard to get out, like the way that we were sitting, because it put the petite in le petite.
Can you believe neither of us had to pee at that 3-hour dinner?
That's what I'm saying.
Weird.
I had so many drinks in me. My body was like, we're locked in. We just have to understand where we're at right now.
But you didn't have to pee at all. You really didn't have to.
I think my body, so dehydrated. They're like, baby, we're holding on to these for as much as we can.
It's okay.
They said, you know what? We're going to take whatever's in the bladder. We're going to send it through again. We're going to send it through for a second cycle, collect all the nutrients that we can pee within your body.
People mover. I'm going around again.
Literally, my body was pole moving.
Okay, that will workshop that one, but I got it.
But there really wasn't a way. It's like a theater. You know, you're sitting in the middle of a theater, and if you need to get up or get out, it's a tight squeeze, and you need everybody to get up, and nobody could really stand over where we were. So I was like, I'm not doing that. I would rather go under the table.
You know who also was at the party that was like, I love her. Jonathan was shaking in his boots when she entered the room. Like, it's just you fangirl in the cutest, most adorable way, because I know you care about these people so much. Who did you get to meet at the party?
Grace Helbig, OG YouTuber, Daily Grace. Like, I watched her for a long time, but I also never want to be the person to walk into a room and be like, I watch you since I was little. Because that, like, I don't know. I feel like, of course, people are going to say, thank you. But I'm like, that puts like a weird perspective. I don't want anybody to feel weird. So I didn't do that.
I just know how you speak about the two of them. And I know that you just like genuinely like they're so cool.
So what did I do? Ignored her.
I actually talked to her first.
I know. Well, she came up to me and introduced herself. She's like, I'm so happy to finally meet you. I was like, bitch, you know who I am. Like, what the fuck? No, but she listened to the Mamrie's episode. Obviously,
I gave her a hug and said, hey, Diva. They're gorgeous. Also,
they're so great.
I was telling Jonathan, he doesn't realize when people are taller or shorter because he's 6'2". So like everyone's pretty much shorter than you. I'm always very aware of people's heights. I am 5'9" on my license, 5'8" in real life. And when I saw the two of them together, they're very tall women.
Well, they were also in heels.
I know, but still they were tall to be in heels. So they have like such like they're like obviously very dynamic people, but they have such a presence in a room, like with their physical height, but also with their energy. So when she came in the room, I was like, oh my God, there's Grace. And she was so sweet. And since I wasn't a YouTube kid.
Yeah,
I was a MTV kid. You were
raised by Johnny Bananas.
Yeah, you were watching Grace and Mamrie. I was watching Tiffany Pollard. Like, I'm not joking. I was watching.
Don't get it twisted. I was watching her too, but you were watching like.
I was watching Brooke Hogan. I was watching like The Challenge. I was like reality TV boots down, and neither are better than the other. It's just our references.
I was also like making YouTube videos back in the day, like fake it till you make it.
Yeah.
It takes a while, but it finally happened.
All that to say is sometimes it is great to meet your heroes because, oh my God. So we're going to have Grace on the show.
Grace Helbig, hey, she will be visiting Camp Shady Verge very soon.
I was like, can you do the show? She was like, when? I'm doing it. And I was like, so I'm excited because they complement each other's humor so much. I think it's just gonna be perfect for this show.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. You also told her the first introduction that I gave you of her was that crazy ad that she did for, I think it was saran wrap. I was a
She
Glad press and
filmed a
seal.
video on the back of an open bed tractor trailer truck.
16-wheeler truck where the back whole load was a set of a kitchen and the truck was driving.
But it was like
real.
a convertible truck.
It was just open,
to the
everywhere.
air, and they were filming on another truck while it was driving. And I thought that was the craziest,
This
coolest
was
thing ever.
before Zune, not Zunes. What was that? That's an MP3 player. The
Drones.
Drone. Thank you. My God, that was.
I think this is before OSHA.
No, well, that too. They said, "Get up there, Grace," and it was funny because when
Grace.
you told her that, and she was like, "I was so wildly hungover, and that was the last thing that I thought I would be able to do, but I did."
She killed it. It
She
was
did.
so funny. We got home we took an Uber back with Chris. Chris paid for it. Shout out Chris Clemens,
Thanks,
Daddy
Chris.
Clemmy, Daddy Clementine always picks up the Uber tab. What a guy. We dropped him off
That's
first.
literally not true.
What? He did the last Uber.
I did.
Oh, I haven't paid for a goddamn one. He paid for this one. We dropped him off first, gentlemen's of course, and then we came home, and then I was starving because I didn't eat enough, even though there was plenty of food there. But I was being like petite and quiet.
We didn't even talk about the food that we ate. I had a giant crock of French onion soup.
I did too. It was amazing.
So good.
But I came home and I immediately was starving, and I made chicken nuggets and ate them alone because you were being petite.
Well, I just didn't feel
I
like
ate
having.
10 Morningstar chicken nuggets.
I love Morningstar
Oh my
chicken
God,
nuggets.
maybe I'm allergic to soy. I just made that up.
You could be. It made you sleepy, didn't it?
Oh my God, I ate the melatonin chicken nuggets.
You ate the melatonin. Oh, and they had that weird ZQL glaze on
Oh my
them.
God, we were watching Real Housewives of New Jersey. We're on the final season. Can you believe it? We've been talking about this forever. It was Danielle, and she said, "I'm gonna give that girl some extra melatonin before bed." And I was
Yeah.
"Oh my God, parents are just drugging their kids. Go, honestly, do it."
Well, melatonin's natural. It just gives me night terrors. It gives me night terrors.
That's perfect to give to a 6-year-old.
I'm afraid I'm going to wet myself. Should I edit that out? This episode is sponsored in part by Boll and Branch. You know that moment when you finally get into bed, you turn off the lights, and suddenly your brain starts listing every single thing you didn't do today. Yes, hello. The call is coming from inside the house. It's me. But lately, I've been actually falling asleep faster thanks to our Boll and Branch sheets. They are unbelievably comfortable. As soon as I crawl into bed, it's like my whole body just exhales. They're made with the finest 100% organic cotton, and they truly feel buttery, breathable, and just luxurious. And somehow they get softer with every wash. I am not joking. I noticed the change immediately. And you guys know I recently had a hair transplant and I had to sleep sitting up. But our Boll and Branch sheets made it so comfortable for me. Boll and Branch wants you to be comfortable not only when you sleep, but also at checkout. They have a 30-night worry-free guarantee, so you can try them, wash them, sleep in them. And if for some reason you don't love them, you can send them back for a full refund. Feel the difference an extraordinary night's sleep can make with Boll and Branch. Get 15% off plus free shipping on your first set of sheets at bollandbranch.com/camp. That's Boll and Branch, BOLLAND branch.com/CAMP to save 15%. Exclusions apply. See site for details. This episode is sponsored in part by Liquid IV. As the weather gets nicer, I am outside more, and no day bag is complete without Liquid IV. It is the must-have hydration that makes it easy, and it's powered by Live Hydroscience. Visit liquidiv.com and stay fueled for a long day with sugar-free hydration featuring the new Raspberry Lemonade Hydration Multiplier. And you can get 20% off your first order with code CAMP at checkout. When we're not here at camp, you already know Counselor Zachariah and I are always doing 20 different things. And while we're out and about, you know I have my stick of Liquid IV on me. You can find all your favorite hydration multiplier flavors on their website, from acai berry to lemon lime to pina colada. Recently, I got the sugar-free variety pack, and I have been loving the sugar-free green grape. Don't sleep on the sugar-free green grape, okay? It's my favorite. I'm telling you, yes, they sponsor this podcast, but I genuinely have loved Liquid IV for years. So break the mold and own your ritual. Just 1 stick and 16 ounces of water hydrates better than water alone. We're talking 3 times the electrolytes of the leading sports drinks. We're talking 8 essential vitamins and nutrients. It's always non-GMO, vegan, gluten-free, dairy-free, and soy-free. Ready up for a long day with extraordinary hydration from Liquid IV. Get 20% off your first order of Liquid IV when you go to liquidiv.com and use code CAMP at checkout. You heard me correctly. That's 20% off your first order with code CAMP at liquidiv.com.
Attention campers, please meet at the old flagpole under the tall pine for morning announcements.
Welcome back to morning announcements, campers. Do-do-do-do. We need a French horn on this bitch. This is the part of the show we share news articles with you that you might have missed, that we want you to spread like wildfire. Jonathan, what is your article of the week?
My article is coming from Time Out.
New York?
No, it's Time Out. I think it's Time Out Japan.
They have every city.
Yeah, well,
they're like, go to this food hall. It's like, we don't all need a food hall. What to do in Pittsburgh? Go to the food hall.
Which one?
Which one?
Okay, so it's a Time Out article by Kaila Imada, and the title of it is Japan now has an official Hello Kitty airport. I'm sad. This is my second Hello Kitty styled article that I'm bringing. You guys already know. Hello Kitty is my bitch. She's not a cat. She's a girl.
No, that woman was on crack when she said that.
She stands 4 apples tall. How many apples do you think I stand?
I don't know, but that is such a funny way to describe anything. Well, it was about 4 apples tall.
It's no longer, is it bigger than a bread box? Now was it bigger than 4 apples tall?
Well, is it bigger than a bread box? And is it how many apples tall is it? Oh my God, I love that.
Oh my God, us shopping for a new fridge. Well, how many apples? It makes sense. We're going to put them in the crisper drawer. So I need to know how many apples tall this is. Okay, campers, pay attention. There's a quiz at the end, I swear to God.
I don't have a pencil.
A lot of exciting things are unfolding. Let me start that back up. Hold on. Skirt. Let me back up like that annoying neighbor across the street. A lot of exciting things are unfolding across Japan to coincide with the monumentous World Expo now happening in Osaka.
No, Osaka? It's Osaka for sure.
Thank you.
Osaka.
One such project is the absolutely adorable Hello Kitty themed airport down in... Don't do this to me. Kyushu? Which is actually a rebranding of its... Why did I pick this article? Of its existing Owata airport located in Kunisaki. Jonathan, what have you done to yourself? Guys?
Come on, Duolingo.
I can't. I feel Rosetta Stoned right now. I'm so sorry. I feel like skipping it is
to
disrespect.
Our Japanese audience.
Listen, we do have a Japanese audience. And skipping it feels like disrespect, but trying my best, it feels like worse disrespect.
I think it's fine to just try. You're doing your best. I'm laughing because of the inflection, truly.
Oh my God, I'm so scared. Okay, as of April 13th, the airport has officially renamed itself Oita Hello Kitty Airport. And it will stay this way forever.
It doesn't say that, does it?
It doesn't. It gives an expiration date, but I'm not having it. To commemorate this event, an official ribbon cutting ceremony was held on the first day with appearances by Hello Kitty herself. That bitch looks taller than 4 apples in the promo pictures. I'll just say that. My Melody, don't know her, and Kurami. I think that's the the bad guy.
The evil kitty?
I think that's the evil queen.
That's Buffy.
Buffy is the evil queen.
And Buffy. Buffy was there. She's like, sorry.
She literally would like shake and like run away and like find someone's shoes to hide in. The Hello Kitty revamp includes new interior and exterior decor featuring all of your favorite Sanrio characters, including, but not limited to, Cinema Roll. Bitch, you guys know I already love Cinema Roll. So as this airport is renowned for its, this town is renowned for its hot springs. The airport also set up a kawaii photo spot where you can snap a picture of yourself inside a massive bathing bucket, along with Hello Kitty and other characters.
I bet you it's
can't
cool. Did you
pronounce.
see the picture? Was it cool?
I did. Someone's smoking weed outside of our cabin. Did you?
You smell it? Or you...
I literally, the devil's lettuce just slapped me across the face. I'm not mad though. You know, it's gonna hit you in a second. It's on its way.
I feel funny.
As if that wasn't enough, those traveling from the airport will receive Sanrio themed luggage tags, and you'll be able to pick up Hello Kitty Airport official merch from the on-site souvenir shop. When can we go is my question. A Hello Kitty gift shop? I'm sold. Some of the fun items available in the souvenir store include keychains, t-shirts, clear files, and cookies. Those are just a couple of the fun things that they thought were worth noting here. Additionally, a new bus service will be implemented at the airport. Will also be Hello Kitty themed. Thank you very much. And this is not the first time Hello Kitty has tried to monopolize travel in Japan, I'll have you know, because the one and only Hello Kitty train station in Tokyo opened less than a month ago.
I can't remember a period of my life where Hello Kitty wasn't a big deal.
Well, yeah, Hello Kitty she's really maintained in the zeitgeist.
It's like Disney almost.
Since, yeah, Sanrio is for sure.
Yeah, but it's very like, it's always in the conversation. It's always got a collab at Old Navy. Like,
yeah, she's been around since like the 50s. We did cover this on like an episode like last year or so.
I'm impressed by it. And you know what? I say, why not?
I don't think it was the 50s. I think it might have been like later than that because I think she just had her
I don't have a
50th
gun
birthday.
to your head, so I think it's okay.
But that's that on that. I think we should make our way down. I think Hello Kitty, she's so fun. She's so cute. She's just like understands us.
Does she speak?
No. That was the thing. She doesn't speak because they wanted it to easily translate to all languages. So they give her expressions and they put her in quite the interesting predicaments.
She is a woman of the world.
Yeah. Did you see the one where she goes out to the restaurant with her friends and she breaks a wine glass and says, "Beast"?
I was gonna be like, where would I have seen that, Jonathan? Okay.
It was on Bravo.
Okay, yeah, she needs a Bravo spinoff.
She really does. Okay, so
thank you for sharing that.
You're very welcome.
My article is from CNN by Jordan Valinsky, and it says, fired Disney employee gets 3 years in prison for hacking and changing menus.
Quite the twist of a tale.
Oh, it's pretty dark. A former Disney employee who hacked into the company's servers to alter its restaurant menus, including falsifying allergen information and printing profane language, has been sentenced to 3 years in prison. Michael Schuer, a Florida resident, was sentenced last week in federal court in order to pay nearly $690,000 in restitution, with most of that going to Disney. He pled guilty in January to 1 count of computer fraud and 1 count of aggravated identity theft. What? Schuer remains remorseful and apologetic to his former coworkers. We are grateful that the judge heard all of our arguments and mitigation when fashioning a sentence that was half of what the government was seeking, said David Haas, and Schuer's lawyer. So you're supposed to get more than this. So I think they're like, a win's a win, babe. You should have got 7. You know what I mean?
Yeah, especially with Disney. I feel like if somebody's hacking, like you don't hear about this often. So they're like, make an example out of them. It's not that they need the money, clearly, but it's like,
well, this is crazy.
You can't do that.
So Schuer worked as a menu production manager for Disney and was fired last June for misconduct, according to the original complaint. He had access to and also used secure internal servers for creating and publishing menus for all of Disney's restaurants as a part of his job at the company. So it must be exclusive to parks. I don't know where else there's just like Disney restaurants. Maybe there is, I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I've never seen like the Disney diner like in like Kalamazoo, but
you haven't been to Kalamazoo.
Well, what if there was a Disney diner? However, Disney identified and removed all altered menus before they were shipped to restaurants. The company didn't immediately respond to CNN's request for comment.
Okay, so they were printed.
Yes. So Schuer hacked into Disney's menu creation server multiple times to manipulate and disrupt the menus.
Oh, he's a major disruptor.
Well, don't put him in that group. Not with our fun little raccoons. Beavers, sorry. Such as changing prices and adding profane language. He then made changes to the menu that threatened public health and safety.
That's not okay.
The complaint said. including altering allergen information to indicate certain menu items with peanuts were peanut-free, posing a fatal risk to individuals with peanut allergies. This is sinister.
It is one thing to really hate your former employer and be in a pit of rage and do something like this.
Yes.
But when you bring the children, because they're kids, think about it, like, yeah, these are adults going to it, but like a little child with a peanut allergy, that's not okay.
Yeah, and I feel
and what profanity is he putting in? The fuck burger?
It doesn't say, but like that's a really good example of what we probably was done.
The piss spaghetti?
Piss girl spaghetti.
The piss spaghetti?
Disney employees discovered this disruption when Schuer altered menu text fonts to become icon symbols known as wingdings.
Wait. Was he trying to get caught? And two, what is he on, Windows 98?
Well, when we've talked about this on the show before, wingdings in pop culture is almost completely erased. The erasure of wingding discussion has made me very upset. So like if there was anything positive out of this, I do think that was a positive.
Okay.
This change was so substantial that it caused the menu creator system to become inoperable while the font changes were made to all of our menus. Disney was also forced to take the menu creator application online or offline while they reverted to backups to regain the ability to operate. So he like broke the whole system. He hacked the system.
He hacked the fucking mainframe.
The DOJ said in a press release last week that the computer intrusion also included altering menu information related to wine regions to reflect locations of recent mass shootings.
What is wrong with this man?
I know.
That's insane. That took a much darker turn than I thought it was.
Additionally, Schuer allegedly disabled employees' accounts during his hacking campaign. He locked at least 14 Disney employees out of their accounts by continually attempting to log onto their accounts with incorrect passwords. He also used a bot to attempt over 100,000 logins to their account, rendering them unusable. He's like, what's the password? Apple 1, Apple 1 2, Apple 1 2 3 2, Apple.
Stop! You've already said 3 of my passwords.
So I think, yeah, he should have gotten the full sentencing. This was like, it was, if you could have went in there and put like the fuck burger, really bad. A lot of money lost because they printed all those menus.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like now we're doing allergens. Now we're just being, it's really,
that's like attempted, that
hate.
could be attempted manslaughter.
It seems like this seems like domestic terrorism to me.
It really is. Also, what was his situation that got him fired if this is what he's doing after?
Misconduct that they won't speak about. So I'm like, okay, so you already were a shitty person probably. I don't know.
Can I say something problematic?
No.
It kind of sounds no, I can't say that. No, I'm going to. Like Little Misconduct. Like that sounds like a children's book.
That wasn't problematic at all.
Thank God. This episode is sponsored in part by Factor. Campers, I don't know about you, but I want this to be my best season yet. And that starts with actually eating well without spending hours in the kitchen. And that's why I'm obsessed with Factor. These are chef-prepared, nutritious meals that are ready in just 2 minutes. They're delivered right to your door so you can literally just heat them up and enjoy. That's it. Factor meals show up fresh, never frozen, and they make it so easy to eat well without giving up your time. My favorite meal lately has been the ginger teriyaki salmon with roasted cabbage, forbidden rice, sesame green beans, and roasted onions. It tastes like it came from a fancy restaurant, and I'm a sucker for forbidden rice, okay? What can I say? And with 75 menu options every week, I can pick meals that fit my goals. Get started at factormeals.com/camp50off and use code CAMP50off for 50% off plus free shipping on your first box. That's code CAMP50OFF at factormeals.com/CAMP50OFF for 50% off plus free shipping.
Grab your bug juice and bear spray, campers. It's time to pack it up and take a hike.
Welcome back to Take a Hike. This is the part of the show where we bitch a little or a lot. That depends on what we're talking about. We tell something to pack it up and take a hike. So what am I telling you to take a hike? this week, you might be wondering, might be tiddling in your brain. When people, hello?
God forbid I cough.
When people chop their pillows, do you know what I'm talking about? Like
I'm very familiar.
a decorative throw pillow, or worse,
What?
a pillow on a bed. And they take, I've seen people do it. And they take the pillow and they karate chop it right in the middle of it.
I don't know who died and made that like the standard. And I don't like the way it looks.
I don't like the way it looks either. It's performative perfection. It feels like you're walking into like a weird, sterile like showroom where everything's beige and brittle and emotionally unavailable.
Well, be careful. We have an audience.
And listen, campers, maybe this is your sign, if you've been looking for one, to reconsider chopping your pillows. Are you only doing it because other people are doing it? You know, you watched HGTV International House Hunters. You're not a professional at this, and that is okay. The couch is still from Bob's Discount, and ours is too. There's literally nothing wrong with that.
Let me tell you this. A big reason why we don't chop is because we have really cheap pillows from Bob's Discount.
And that's what I was going to say.
And they don't chop.
They don't chop. And they're
so would we
awful.
chop if we could chop?
No, I would be against
Could
it.
a wood chop could chop wood?
Don't ask
I
questions.
might chop if given the ability to. The verdict's out on this.
Not if I'm sitting on the couch. I just don't. They look like butts. It's supposed to be a warm, comfortable room, but inside it does look like somebody karate chopped, took a roundhouse kick to the face.
Where are you guys getting your pillows?
That's a really good question.
Can someone answer that, please?
I think our Cabin 5 members know that our couch and its pillows are heinous.
I know you guys
them.
are really polite. You don't bring up the pillows, but like they were just like the default that came with the couch.
They were, and we did shop pillows for a while, and then we just got busy.
I also was like, you look and I'm like, I don't know if I like that. It's too many options. I'm overwhelmed. I don't want to do it anymore.
Sometimes too many options is not a good option.
Bring back homemade pillowcases.
Yeah, ours are really bad. We should figure that out. So it's like,
Someone's like, not you judging my chop pillow with that ugly ass pillow.
There's a difference.
Gag it. It's done.
You
lost that argument.
Well, I don't know. I think chop pillows, they're dumb. They also feel aged. I feel like, to me, it was popular in 2014, but I'm still out here seeing people doing them, and I think we need to put a pause on it.
You stand alone on this one. My verdict's still out.
It's aggressive and annoying. It's the Lisa Rinna of the living room furniture.
Fresh.
So that's what I'm telling to take a hike. I think you guys should reconsider. It's not too late. We have a program here at camp, Choppers Anonymous.
Unlearning to chop.
Unlearning to chop. There's actually two. Don't confuse them. One is for motorcycles that have really long handlebars. That's a different program. That's on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And the one for the pillows is Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
But don't be confused, because they have that mutual lunch meetup where they have pork chops together, a meeting of the minds.
Yes.
So that's also open to the public. So if you're open to that.
If you know someone who's not interested in camp but needs reform, we can make it happen. It's led by Sandwich. And we'll love to see you there this upcoming Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday, depending on what you are looking for. Okay, Zachariah, what are you telling to take a hike?
The healthcare system.
Bitch.
Well, specifically referrals. It's so insane to me that I just had a referral expire after using it once. And after 3 months, I had to get another referral for the same medication I've been on.
Okay, a reminder for some campers, we also have international listeners. Can you explain?
Okay, so if you don't know what a referral is and you are living internationally, you basically have to go to your primary to get a referral saying that, like, hey, you can go to this specialty person. So I'm on this sweat medication. It's called like glycocopylate. I don't know how to pronounce it. Figure it out. And I have to get it through my dermatologist. And I get it prescribed on 3 months, like at a time, and whatever. So I got it refilled around Christmas, and I need to get more of it. And I called to make an appointment, and they're like, oh, you don't have a referral on file. And I was like, I just got one in December for my last appointment. And they said, oh, honey, that expired in March.
Like, what do you mean it expired?
Nothing's changed in between now and then. So now I have to make another appointment, pay my copay to go to my primary to go talk to her about it. I guess I could reach out to her personally and be like, hey, can you send me another one? But I have to see her regardless. But regardless, why am I making the primary work more to send this paper out that was expired after 3 months? That doesn't make any sense to me.
It really,
it's not a controlled substance. It's not a narcotic. This isn't like I'm asking for pain meds. It's to help manage my sweaty palms. And it works. Not perfectly, but it's definitely an improvement to my overall being.
That is so annoying.
It is annoying. I think it's really annoying.
Well, I'm sorry that you have to go through that.
It's a broken system. I'll leave it there.
Do you think the new counselor likes the top bunk or the bottom bunk? Over.
Either way, I'm giving them my boondoggle keychain. Over.
Welcome back to Camper Crush of the Week. I love this part. I love to gush. I love to celebrate. I love to give a gold star.
I've never asked you, what's your favorite part of the show?
It really, no, I don't know. I don't have a favorite part because I have a favorite part of every episode.
Right.
And I think the segments, they've all been my favorite part of a different show.
Interesting.
I genuinely do not have a favorite. Do you have a favorite?
No, now that you say that, I agree. It depends on how passionate I am about all of them.
I have shows I love. I have episodes I hate.
Yeah.
I have shows that I like certain parts, not the other parts. It's a diverse show, but it kind of represents us. So I think we're not perfect people. It's not a perfect show.
No,
we
we talk fast. So I think if a robot were to transcribe everything we were saying,
they could never.
It would be like twice the length of somebody else who has a podcast that's twice the length.
If I talk at this speed, it actually hurts my brain because right now I feel like I can't even compute what I'm about to say because it's coming out so slow.
I'm not Taylor Lautner. I have a lot to say and I'm excited about stuff.
What does Taylor Lautner have to do with anything right now? Are you being fresh for no reason?
No. I'm not being fresh.
What did you say?
I have nothing against him. I'm just like, does he not talk a little bit slow on his podcast? I think.
First of all, I've never and will never listen to his podcast. What does that man have to say?
No, I like him. He gets like interesting people on.
Taylor on Taylor?
Is that, yeah, that's what it's called, right?
It's him and his wife.
Yeah, this is literally, that was not supposed to be shady, but what I'm saying
what
is
I said
like,
was.
Oh
what are you liking?
Yeah, this isn't the take a hike. We're supposed to be positive, love and light, and we're just like not doing a good job of
love
that.
and light, bitch. Ashley Holmes.
We need to lead with kindness, love, and a little bit of pixie dust. Okay, so what am I telling? No, not take a hike. Okay, what am I crushing on? Bitch, a shuttle bus event. The second there is an event and we all have to climb into that weird
Coach
shuttle bus, I'm like, first off,
Hello.
turn on the TVs. I don't even care if it's a screensaver. I just want to see something on that TV. Oh my God, we were in Disney when we did that Disney trip and they were playing Lion King. I was like, I'm only on here for 6 minutes, 7 minutes max. But like, can we get some closed captions? I want to see what's going on. Everybody's mingling. A lot of these situations, hey, it's wedding season it's here.
You're going to be on a shuttle.
You're going to be on a shuttle. And this is such an exciting time for you. I'm so thrilled because you can like look around. How do you know the groom? How do you know the girl groom? The bride.
Oh my God.
So listen, I'm telling you, my mouth's moving. My brain's it's trying to catch up. Or like how exciting.
Girl groom is so crazy to say.
Princess Girl's like, the fuck did you say?
Yeah. Oh God.
But Jen Shah's arrest. That was in a shuttle to also, I don't know if I'm just going to say it and I'll edit out later if I have to. Our friend Eleni, you guys, I'm not going to get into specifics, okay? She has a new podcast called Blabbermouths. You can hear it from her Blabbermouth herself. Go give it a listen. But our friend Eleni, whom we love, she worked for someone in the Housewife franchise, and that's all I'll say. But she was there at the arrest when they got like swatted for Jen Shah's arrest. I love her. Anyway, oh my God. Okay, let's level up. So that's the shuttle bus on the way to the event. Even better, the shuttle bus coming back from the event.
Everybody get cozy. It's done.
Nobody's getting cozy. Everybody's on their worst behavior in the best way possible.
The back of the bus is, the front of the bus is sleepy.
The reason that
all these to the front.
You're taking a shuttle bus in the first place is to be responsible and not drink and drive. Love that for everybody's journey. We're all on a good page. You don't have to worry about looking for parking. If you want to leave 30 minutes early and your partner, your sister, your daughter, whoever you came with doesn't want to leave, they can leave at the next shuttle bus. You know, it's just a great situation for everybody to be in. Everybody's wasted. Everybody's just like, oh my God, somebody's going to start singing and everybody's going to start singing together.
Well, shuttle buses are usually surrounded by fun events. So I see the appeal.
Yeah.
I see the serotonin.
And that's what I'm crushing on. I
it's
don't
fun.
even have a story for this.
It's clever. It's clever.
Yeah. Hopefully I'll
You're
be on a
so
shuttle bus soon.
observational.
Yeah. Well, you know what? That doesn't include the shuttle bus between the airport and the car rental place.
And
That's not what I'm talking about.
Well,
you guys
if
understand.
it's the start of a fun vacation.
Yeah. We'll leave it at that because I want to stay in the love and light. So what are you loving and what are you lighting?
Oh my God. I watched a movie this week that I have seen flash across my screen for my entire life. And I am enamored. And I thought it was a perfect film. I gave it 5 stars on my letterbox. And that is the 2005 version of Pride and Prejudice.
Wow.
This is a book, a movie, a title I've known about my entire life, and I just never wanted to watch it. Came up on Netflix. I was like, it's 2 hours and 7 minutes. That's a very safe movie length for me. When you go over 2:30, I'm a little, it's a lot to commit to.
But your favorite movie is like 7 hours long.
Well, because I gave it a chance. But have you ever watched a long movie that wasn't worth it? It's awful.
Yeah.
So Pride and Prejudice came out in 2005, starring the great Keira Knightley, who was honestly born to play a period piece. She just like breathes 1800s.
Oh, born. I thought you said boring. I was like, she's not boring.
She just like gives old world.
Yeah, she does.
Doesn't she?
She really does. Is it her look? Is it a choice? I wonder. She's typecast, but I think there's a lot of people who have her accent. She's British.
The film features 5 sisters from an English family of landed gentry as they deal with issues of marriage, morality, and misconceptions. Keira Knightley stars as Elizabeth Bennet, while Matthew McFadden plays Mr. Darcy, who falls in love with her. And oh my God, what a trip. So for me, the movie is horny as fuck, and it's basically yearning.com. .edu, like a master class. They're yearning nonstop for men and for love and for unrequited love.
It's a lot of like leaning against walls, and they're like, "Oh, bestow my heart,
bite your tongue." I don't know,
or even better, bite his.
So, it was written by Jane Austen.
Yes,
Have you ever met her?
She's been dead for quite some time, but she's written a lot of like smashers.
The book came out in 1813, but Jane Austen wrote Pride and Prejudice between 1796 and 1797. Although it was originally titled First Impressions. The novel was published in 1813, but when she wrote it, she was 20 years old.
Yeah, they were like Shelley
Duvall.
Mary Shelley.
Okay.
Mary Shelley wrote Frankenstein when she was like 4.
Well, her books were moderately successful, but brought her no fame in her lifetime. That's always the worst.
And that is the Picasso effect.
She died at 41 of Addison's disease. I just wanted to let you know.
What's that?
Don't do that to me.
We won't. Sorry.
So if you're unfamiliar, Darcy's a diva and Lizzie's cheeky.
Mr. Darcy.
Well, his first name is Darcy. Sorry, I didn't give him the title.
I thought that was his last name.
Mr. Darcy. I don't think so.
No, because she's Mrs. Darcy at the end.
Oh my God, you're right.
What's his first name?
Darciano.
Maybe it's just Mr.
The mom in the movie, she's just trying to get her girls married, and she'll do it at any cost.
Oh my God, she said, your cousin gave you a weird look? Go ahead.
Lock it in. Lock it in. He's got money. She's like, we're about to lose this house. You need to marry for the family. I just like love a movie or a story about sisterhood. Mystic Pizza.
Period.
Little Women.
Period.
Pride and Prejudice.
Loves it.
I'm going to throw My Big Fat Greek Wedding. There's a dynamic in there that's family. I love a family-based drama. August Osage County. Favorite movie of all time. I just like the dynamics of family. I think my family is very complex. I think the relationships are very weird between certain people. And I think it really breeds for interesting conversation. And I love that the women at this point, especially like in this period of time, like they were giving the men the run around. They were being cheeky. They were being coy. They were really like Lizzie, the main character, Keira Knightley. She is so snappy. And she's like, you're not ever going to clock this bitch. I'm going to clock you faster. And I found it to be so like, you know, when you hear something in a movie and you go, oh.
Yeah, when she's like, she has a clapback that's like, our relationship won't work out. I have longer runs in my stockings. Something like that, she would say.
Yeah, it was just like so, and it's just, it was so witty.
I was really shocked. So this is what happened. I was getting out of the shower. The time was like 1:30. And one thing about Zach and I, especially on a weekday, we don't watch TV during the day. It's just like we just have a lot going on and we're working.
Don't embarrass me.
No, this isn't embarrassing. So I come out of the shower. I'm like, who the fuck is listening to a lullaby downstairs? I thought I was home alone. It wasn't a lullaby. It was just the first 15 minutes of Pride and Prejudice, which does sound like it should be playing in a nursery.
I spilled SpaghettiOs on my shirt.
So might as well have been a nursery.
I just really enjoyed it. So if it's a movie that you've never seen that you're always like, oh, like I'm going to get around to watch that one, do it tonight. I was like literally from start to finish, I was just blushing and so happy.
And giggling.
Yeah. And I loved the way it unfolded. And I think Jane Austen, wow.
More like Jane Austen.
Seriously.
I think we should have a book club, but it's for movies. So a movie club, and it's just Keira Knightley movies. And we'll watch it every night at night. We'll
Seeking a Friend for the End of the World.
Keira Knightley.
Keira Knightley. We'll do all the Pirates of the Caribbean.
Do you get it?
Yeah, because it's at night and it's nightly.
Oh, you didn't laugh, so I'm not sure.
What song's been stuck in your head all week? Welcome to Camp Songs.
Welcome back to Camp Songs.
Follies.
Welcome to the Shady Birch Follies. This is the part of the show where we tell you what songs been stuck in our head all week. Every single song we have ever talked about in this section of our show, guests included, is on a playlist for you to listen to for free, for fun. That will be linked down below. I got to update the YouTube playlist because there's people out here who don't have Spotify. I'm sorry. You guys are in a drought. I don't know how to work Apple Music. Does anybody know how can we get this playlist?
Pay for it.
Oh, well, that's just asking too much now, isn't it?
We're already paying for Spotify.
You guys, we have to up the rent for your cabins. Sorry. I'm blaming the tariffs. That's all I got to say. Okay, so my camp song. Oh my God, Zach.
Say it again.
I don't think this icon is on the playlist at all.
No.
Amy Winehouse.
That's not true.
Tears Dry on Their Own.
That's my favorite Amy Winehouse song.
I love this song. It's not my favorite, but it's such a classic.
It's my
so
favorite.
incredible.
It's literally my favorite. I love it. I'm going to cry. I love it so much.
It's really, really good. It samples Marvin Gaye's Ain't No Mountain High Enough, which came out in like 66, 67. And the original for it, I didn't know until I got her vinyl. The year after she passed away, I got a record player. My brother got me her vinyl. No, that wouldn't have been the year. Maybe it was. But it's called Lioness, the Hidden Classics or whatever. But a lot of them were versions of songs or songs that just like never came out. And the original demo of Tears Dry on Their Own came with it. And it was not upbeat and happy. It was very, very mellow and slow and like sad.
I don't think I've ever heard that version.
It's on Spotify now, but for a while after they released it on vinyl, it wasn't.
Are you putting the sad version on Spotify?
No. No, I'm going to keep it happy and I'm going to keep it fun and pumpy. But that
Can you do the
record
BBC
itself,
radio one? I like the live one so much better. It's got so much more energy and life in it than the studio version.
well, if it was your song, you could do that, but it's my song, so I'm not.
Whoa,
So I'm just
whoa,
doing what I like. Okay, I have a couple of fun facts about Amy Winehouse that I feel like even some of the biggest Amy stans might not know.
Let's
and
hear
I'm
'em.
really excited to share. So Amy Winehouse, we love her. Did that movie ever come out, the biopic?
It did. I didn't see it. I won't see it. I won't support it.
A disgrace. Okay. So Amy actually started her career as a rapper.
I can see her. She's so Kreishan.
Amy, oh my God. That was so crazy to say. Amy and her best friend from childhood, Juliet Shebe. Oh, I deleted all of the vowels in her last name. So I'm sorry, Juliet, but her name is Juliet. They were obsessed with Salt and Peppa. So they formed a hip hop duo called Sweet and Sour. And Amy said, I was sour, of course. She told The Guardian in 2004. So they actually did save up some money and went in studio and professionally recorded 3 songs. They're rap songs and they're called Glam Chicks, Boys, ... Who Needs Them? And Spinderella. And you can actually listen to them on YouTube. Like the professional recordings, I don't believe they're on Spotify. I didn't double check, but I did listen to them.
I have to check that out.
Yeah, it was actually really shocking. Then at 19, Amy signed with her manager, who also managed Spice Girls. And he attempted to stick her in the pop arena, and she was not having it, according to the manager at the time. Amy, quote, wasn't someone who wanted to be a pop star, and she ended up firing him in 2006. By the time her music made it to the US in 2006, she was already really famous. I feel like I had heard of her before then, but she didn't make her way to the US until almost 2007. Her first album, Frank, came out in 2003. So she was already super famous. But when Rehab came out and they said, okay, let's send this to the US and see what the state's got to say about it.
And we loved it.
Oh my God, loved it. Absolutely skyrocketed her. There's obviously people who like made fun of her for the song Rehab, and it's just like a really fucked up, dark thing to, reflect on now in time. But she was just like ultra mega successful. She ended up dating Nas. It was this whole thing. Me and Mr. Jones, that song is about
Me and Mr. Jones.
what kind of fuckery is this? That is actually about Nas. Also, didn't know this. She did not like her first album, Frank. She said in this interview with The Guardian that the people at her record label mishandled the album completely. They included songs and mixes that she hated. When it came out, she wasn't aware that those were the specific things that were going to be on there. She said the label evidently botched the marketing and the promotion. She said, I've never heard the entire album from start to finish. I don't even have it in my house. I only back that album up 80%. Which isn't fully hating, but she clearly has her reasons to hate it because she's an artist and it's her art.
I think
so
that happens so
it.
much with these record labels. They're always like skewing and fucking everyone over.
I know. And I'm like,
What
it's
a broken
her
industry.
It is her album, so it's like hers, and so I'm not going to go against that. But I'm like, I loved it. Like, what didn't make the cut? Okay, and then my last fun fact is in February of 2008, Amy Winehouse became the first British female artist to win 5 Grammys in one ceremony. The record wins included Record of the Year and Song of the Year, both for Rehab, plus Best New Artist. Her record stood until 2012 when it was replaced by, do you want to guess who it was?
Adele.
Yeah.
Of course.
Adele picked up 6 Grammys, and rightfully so. And I think they supported each other.
Of course.
For sure. And that is why I selected Tears Dry on Their Own by Amy Winehouse.
Tears dry on their own.
All I care but say to you is the darkness that we know, and this regret I gotta custom do. Okay, so what are you singing?
Another incredible woman of the same era who is equally as iconic, but maybe a little bit more ethereal.
She British?
Yes.
Can I guess? Give me one hint.
Red.
Jerry Halliwell.
Florence and the Machine.
Oh, darn it all to heck.
Shake It Off.
Okay. Wow.
I think it's a perfect song, and I think I don't give it enough credit because I've known it for so long that when it comes on, I'm like, okay. But the other day, I was in the kitchen and it came on, and I feel like I had heard it from a fresh perspective from a very long time. Like, I don't know, I just like, it felt like insane to me, and it really is such like a operatic, almost like religious, like chorusy, like a choir. But it's almost like mystical. Like, she's so out of this world.
So
insane.
tonight I'm gonna cut it out and then restart.
And I'm damned if I do and darned if I don't. So here's a drink in the dark at the end of my row. Looking for heaven
With the devil within.
I just love it.
That's so funny because that album was gifted to me the same Christmas I got that Amy.
They're of the same era. They
Yeah.
came up at the same time in my world. And they just were like just so very different, but so hyper specific. Like no one's like them.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Florence is just such a beautiful like singer
Yeah.
and songwriter and
Ceremonials.
Yes. And she continues to be like all these years later, she's still making incredible music. But every time she's like out in public or on stage performing, like just such a vision that's so unique to her. But I could have done Dog Days Are Over because it's such an incredible song too. And that was her big first one, but this was her second huge single off of that same album. So Florence Welch said the song is about getting through something or seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. Florence Welch told the story of the song to MTV News. She said, I think I came to the studio with a bit of a hangover. And it was one of those strange days where you're not really sure where a song is coming from. Paul, who's like a writer in the room, I think, well, he just had these chords on the organ and they sounded optimistic and sad at the same time. And I was thinking of regret, like, you know, when you're feeling like you're stuck in yourself, you keep repeating certain patterns of behavior and you kind of just want to cut out that part of you and restart yourself. So this song was kind of like that. Shake yourself out of it. Things will be okay, she continued, because sometimes I have to write songs for myself, reminding me to let it go. But then the end refrain of what the hell is really important as well, because you'll dance with the devil again at some point, and maybe it will be fun. I've heard he does a really good foxtrot.
What the fuck? She is so poetic. Why did that quote give me goose? I literally, they are giving me goosebumps on anything.
So both of them,
Yeah,
both are so amazing.
that's a really great song.
Just
I don't think
classics.
she's on. I don't think we have a song
I don't
by
think
her.
she's on either.
And you know what?
Florida.
You saying that hearing it spoke differently to you, I think there is something to be said too about music that was released in that era when we didn't have a full concept of like life in adulthood. And then, you know the song so well that sometimes, speaking for myself, I'm not listening to the lyrics. I'm just listening to the melody and saying the words. So then when you really like hone in and reflect on it, it's like, oh, as an adult, this is like really, this is like hitting in a different way. And you kind of shift your perspective on a song that you thought you knew so well, but it's like meeting them again. Not me literally trying to piece together a sentence like I'm Florence Welch and it not going well.
I was following As Were the Campers.
Thank you.
Well, it reminds me, before we go, announcement, tickets go on sale for my Florida
Oh my God.
shows on Friday. They're announced today, but they go on sale on Friday. So we're doing 3 shows in Florida. We're doing Fort Lauderdale August 21st, Orlando, Florida, August 22nd, and Tampa, Florida, August 23rd. So campers, if you want to see me and you want to see Jonathan, we will be there in August.
As a reminder, like just for clarification's sake, is this the same show as last year?
Nope, brand new show.
Brand new show. You heard it here first. Literally, campers, you guys probably did hear it here first because this episode came out at 4 a.m.
Yeah, and the announcement's at 10 a.m. So if you're listening before 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time,
y'all know first.
You did hear first.
Congratulations, early bird.
Yeah, this was a really fun episode. I love this one.
This was fun. We're
I
fucking
liked
freaky.
all of these. For the context, I liked every part of this one.
Check. We had it all. We had Amy Winehouse. We had refrigerators. We had Mamrie, we had Grace Helbig. We had 4 apples tall ass bitch. Hello Kitty, thank you. And if you enjoyed the show, which I'm hoping that you did, if you're still here listening to this, thanks, love. Give us a 5-star rating and review. We see them. We love them. We love you. And it helps us out on the back end. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see you next week. We'll see you the week after that. We'll see you forever. And with that being said, lights out, campers.